Hello and welcome to Miss Charlotte Astrology. I'm Miss Charlotte, a full-time working astrologer, and on this channel I analyze the astrological charts of public figures, and very often they are celebrities, but I find myself more and more analysing the astrological charts of senior members of the British royal family. And so that's what I'll be doing today. I'll be taking another look at Princess Catherine's astrological chart. Now, 2 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago, I put out a transit reading for her because there were all these conspiracy theories as to why she hasn't appeared, and people were saying that she got a BBL or that she was leaving William, and just all these things. And I thought, oh, maybe she is leaving William. Like I wanted to believe that, but I also believed that she truly was ill, that she was sick, and I mean, two things can be true at once. I thought maybe she's just sick and tired of him and she wants to leave. Like, wouldn't it be fantastic if she did that? But no. No, no, no. She will never leave him. She certainly can't right now. So I wanted to talk about her chart and talk about health and use her chart as a bit of a case study for understanding, physical ailments and sickness, and try to I really try with my readings to not make people paranoid. So just keep in mind that this chart is Princess Catherine's chart and it's not yours. And I'm not talking about you. Okay? So this is more of an exercise in understanding astrology and how it can inform us on our physical appearance, our physical health, and how we can deal with that. Anyway, before I dive in, I just want you guys to know that I have 50% off my 60-minute Zoom readings, and I have 30% off my MP3 20-minute recorded readings. All of April is booked. I'm done with April. I have no more slots, but May has slots. Once May is full, I'm done. Okay? And the sale is gone. It's ended after that. Book it now because spaces fill very quickly. So if you like my readings and you'd like to support me and help me pay off this stupid student loan, please book, because eventually one day I won't be doing any more astrology readings. So if you want yours, get it now. Okay, so let's talk about Princess Catherine's chart. I've talked about her health issues before. Obviously I haven't been too specific with what I think she has, what sicknesses that I think she has. But given that she has this sun and moon opposition in her 6th and 12th house with her south node and her north node, it tells me that she is under a lot of stress. And, I know she looks like this perfect little princess, and she gives $1 million smile, and she can wear her little tiara and she makes it look so effortless. But she's kind of like, that story, The Little Sea Maid, The Little Mermaid. Have you ever read the book? And he talks about how, or he describes how the Little Mermaid, when she becomes a human, she can dance and she's so graceful, but with every step, it feels like needles in her feet, or it feels like torture. With every step, it's torture. But she looks so perfect and so beautiful. And she has no voice. That's Princess Catherine. She's the Little Mermaid on land. And every step is torture. Sun in Capricorn. No nice aspects. There's all red lines playing into that 6th house. I know she's a 5th house sun, but because the 6th house cusp lies in Capricorn and she has a Capricorn sun, I will read it as a 6th house sun. The woman is a workaholic. She's a perfectionist. She's very, very concerned with food portions and exercise and routines. I think that she's quite neurotic based on this placement. And given that there's so many red lines with her 3rd house Libra stellium, she's under a lot of pressure. She has all eyes on her. And the thing is what you have to understand about squares is that it shows very dynamic, especially with the sun, a very dynamic personality who suffers a lot. The third house stellium with Pluto, Saturn, and Mars, it shows that she did get bullied. I really do believe that she got tortured in school. But at the same time, Pallas Athena's here. This is like the pain feeds her genius. And all that pressure made her dynamic, and she turned into the type of woman that could be successful in this very brutal environment. But at the same time, over time, it made her sick. I would not be surprised with and I know we can't see the 22 degree south node, but it is here with the sun. It's a very, the kill or be killed degree. People think she's weak. People think she's soft, but she's not. She is that Capricorn goat that will climb the top of the mountain, and she will climb that mountain for a decade. And once she gets up there and it's cold and she's hungry and it's windy and it's snowing, you really think, even with how painful it is to be up there, you really think she's going to climb down the fucking mountain? Absolutely not. She will stay up there and she will die up there. She will die up there. Skin and bones, baby. Skin and bones. Like that's that. She's at the pinnacle now. And I'm very confident in saying, whether it's 5 minutes from now or 80 years from now, however long it takes, she will die on that mountain, because she worked her whole life to get there. Is she happy? No, but she's accomplished. And a lot of accomplished people are not very happy people, but it doesn't. And just because they're not happy with their accomplishments, it doesn't mean they're going to throw away everything they've worked for. She made it this far. She's not climbing down the mountain, guys. Now, with this sun really harshly aspected, she faced a lot of criticism, a lot of abuse. Especially, like, third house is school. Like, that is her at Marlborough College? That's her walking down, walking down the hallway or the cafeteria at Marlborough College with the boys raising signs or like numbers, giving her a rating of 2 out of 10 for hotness. That's that malefic stellium in the third house. And what happened? What happened? Do you think she left school? She cried at night in her pillow quietly, but she went back to school and she became the hottest bitch there. That's what a square can do. It can be your genius. So if you got squares to your sun, I've only got squares and oppositions to my sun. So they can make you, they can break you. But what happens when you have lots of little broken pieces? You can turn it into the most beautiful mosaic. And that's what she did. Now, that's her south node. We can't see it, but it's their south node with the sun. She's, very dutiful. She's a 6th house sun as well. Like, remember that she is a Leo rising, right? She's meant to be seen. So when you have a Leo rising and then a Capricorn sun in the 6th house, you're an intrapreneur. You do well being observed and being seen and being the glamorous, beautiful movie star type, but it's all in service of something bigger than you, for an institution, for your employer, right? So she's what we call an intrapreneur, not an entrepreneur. No individualism here. You are beautiful for the sake of the organization. She is very dynamic within this institution as someone that is cooperative, right? She's seen, but she's never heard. Leo rising with the sun in the 6th house in Capricorn. You're a show pony. You're a workhorse that looks like a show pony. Shut up and wear your fucking tiara. Now, we know that she has we know that she's really good with her food portions and her daily exercise, and she's a bit of a health freak, but that can go left very quickly, especially when we observe. Let's go have a look at the North Node. Let's go to the opposite sign. Look at Cancer. North Node in the 12th house at 22 degrees in a conjunction with Moon in Cancer. and that's at 18 degrees. So these are some sick degrees. 18 is the death Virgo degree. She also has 18 degrees on her Chiron in the midheaven. So when she's sick, she's even more beloved. People love this woman sick. And I've said this in the previous reading. The more in pain she is, the more people adore her. A beautiful, sick little princess. And I know that's not how we're computing it, but if she is wounded, she's more beloved. Facts. So with this North Node, she's moving away from her sun in the 6th house, where she's, praised for her dutifulness, like, oh, like, you're so beautiful and so lovely and so athletic and you're just a good girl. And so she's moving away from that into the 12th house, where no one can hear her scream. This is the insane asylum. The 12th house is literally, it's the house of the insane asylum. It's sacrificing everything she has. The 12th house is, it's heaven and it's hell and it's God, and it's a complete lack of control. So with that, it tells me, I mean, she's never ever, she's never going to stop being a Capricorn sun. She needs some control over something. If she has to release control, what is one aspect of her life that she can control? And that's probably food and exercise in that 6th house. Her destiny was to become a mother and to have children. I mean, that makes a lot of sense here. She's also perpetuating the legacy of the matriarch of Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth has her North Node at 20 degrees in a conjunction with Pluto. So she's just propping that up. But this is all at the detriment to herself, to her health. Once she was done having her last child, she had fulfilled all of her duties. She's no longer needed. And I do think didn't she have Louis just around her nodal return? Maybe the North Node was in Leo, but it was certainly like raising her last baby. That fell on her nodal return when she was about 36, 37. That's when she had Louis. So that makes a lot of sense. And now that all her duties are fulfilled, the brood mare has reproduced, she's done. And what happens to brood mares very often? What happens? Do they get put out to pasture? I mean, yes. But are they going to put this brood mare out to pasture? No. Like I said, she's going to die on the mountain, whether it's 5 minutes from now or 80 years from now. She's never going to climb down from that mountain, guys. We're talking about Saint Catherine. She will die a saint. She'll die a martyr for this family. And when she does die, they will cut off her head and they will put it on the mantle above the fireplace, right next to Diana's. I mean, this is a much better situation for them to have a sick, dying princess, potentially dying princess. This is a much better situation than having, a princess that is off the rails and breaking all the rules. They need to have an icon. Every institution, whether it be the Catholic Church or the monarchy, they need a sacrifice of a pure, lovely human being that suffered through life and at the end is nailed to a cross. That's what every institution needs to be upheld. The affection people have for Princess Catherine is so necessary. So this situation, as tragic as it is, and I know that, they're probably running around like headless chickens freaking out about this situation, in the end, it's all going to serve the monarchy. Just observe how the palace weaves this story, how they retell her story. They will turn her into a saint. I feel really bad for her. I believe that she is sick because of this family, because of the royal court. Like, look at this. this squares off with her moon as well. The moon represents the female body, the breast, the stomach, all of that. And the 6th house is another house that represents like the physical body as well. So to have these harsh squares in the 3rd house, which is a social house, tells me that the environment that she's in is not conducive to relaxation and health, and it's a mess. It's very, very hard for her. I wish her health. I wish for her to, you know what would help? If she could just fucking retire. If she could retire in peace and just live in the country for the rest of her life, very sure she could heal. Like, actually, because I'm putting it out there, this is something I would love for her to do. Just live in nature. In a really nice palace with some horses nearby, get some sunshine, eat some good food, she'd be fine. If you have a chart that's similar to this, you need to relax. If you've got a North Node in your 12th house, you need to be relaxed. Because if you do not relax, you will hurt yourself. Relax. Figure out a way to semi-retire or retire completely. Or go live in a place where you can chill out under the sun. Otherwise, if you stay in an institution, because the 12th house doesn't fucking love, the 12th house is not institution. It's the opposite. The 6th house loves institution. The 12th house is not. Either you are going to retire and you're going to have a very blissful life, or if you stay in the rat race, you'll get sick. And you know what's really fucked up is that they really hid this from us. They're going to continue to hide it. If she does have bowel cancer, that's a nasty cancer. It's the least pretty of the cancers, you know, like if you just look at her, like her whole appeal is how perfect she looks. They really put a soft focus on her, didn't they? She's doing it so rough. Oof. We wish her healing. We wish for her to get better, and we wish for her to have a peaceful life. And if that means that she no longer has to walk around in high heels, we want that for her. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening, for watching. I hope you're doing well. The 60-minute readings are 50% off. The 20-minute recorded readings are 30% off. Everything's linked below. I hope you guys have a lovely day or a lovely evening, and I will see you in the next video. Please take care of yourselves. That's the main theme of this video. Take care of yourselves. Okay? Bye.